There's so much good in our city.
And bite down.
From the rising stars in our own backyard to the kindness displayed all around us.
It's such a weight on their life that I just really enjoy picking up for them and just helping them out.
There's always more good than bad.
We take so many things for granted in life, and we just always think we got tomorrow.
So let's talk about it.
Today, I believe that we've reached a point where we're really effective.
This is Tell Me Something Good. It's an unfortunate occurrence in our day-to-day lives that the many positive and life-changing stories that happen every day simply take a back seat to the fear and pain of the negative. But not here, not now. I'm Shaynah Ferreira, and for the next 30 minutes, let's focus on the positive. From a dentist rebuilding smiles for free to an entrepreneur empowering his life and ours, to a young man showing that hard work can pay off no matter your circumstances. But we start with the group of people who refuse to let the violence in our communities continue unchecked. Gun violence. It's an epidemic plaguing our city, losing people young and old by the day. It's a phenomenon that has seemingly touched the lives of countless families who all want the same thing: peace on the streets. Sadly, many view the state of the city of Philadelphia as a hopeless one. But there's a group of individuals who are working to bring hope to what many call a hopeless situation.
Come on, superstars.
Meet George Mosey, Executive Director of the Philadelphia Anti-Drug, Anti-Violence Network, also known as PAN.
We've been around for 34 years, and over the course of our history, we've done a number of things. Always emphasizing the reduction of violence and substance abuse. But in 2018, we got back to what I would call our roots. And that is being out in the community.
It's an organization all about boots on the ground efforts against gun violence in Philadelphia.
Our motto here is we make house calls, but for the most part, we're in the community. To develop relationships with the good people in the community and the people who are wreaking the havoc. We're there continuously because you never know who may decide to pick up a gun, and we want to get in front of it.
Hey, good morning.
And they do just that, bringing in street workers who not only know the neighborhoods hardest hit by trauma,
This is our login book.
but they themselves once lived a similar life.
Make sure everything's straight in the situation.
Doing our thing, going to get our car.
So what goes into an operation like this? The day starting with a debriefing of the previous night's gunfire.
She headed to South Philly and Southwest. I'm headed to the 39th District.
You check our books, see who we gonna go see.
And then deploying right into the neighborhoods, talking to neighbors.
Yes, I got you, all right?
We got you. You hear me?
Family members offering resources, counseling, even a person to talk to.
If you see this on a regular, you'll fix it.
William Holmes is part of what PAN calls the hit squad. He says once living a life of violence to now turning his life around offers him a chance to give back and be the voice he wishes he had around when he was younger.
Appreciate you, bro.
The work we do is actually to prevent the younger guys from getting into violence. Number one is to prevent, and number two is we're usually out to see the families or see the victims of gunshot violence, domestic violence.
So let them know that we was here.
Just trying to find out what really happened, what we can do to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Is there anything that she may need while she's in the hospital that we can help out with?
And then in another capacity, we also work out with the families of the victims, meaning if something happened to somebody and they surpass over their injuries, we somehow get them to our human resource department, get victim services packages, maybe pay for the funeral services.
For his partner, Bahir Robinson, he says it's the real life-saving work that they do, day in and day out.
We try to bring all that back to life and put everybody back on the same time, because if not, we losing our youth, we losing them.
It's the hope that this work prevents more bloodshed on the streets of Philadelphia. In the days before we arrived, this street still reeling from a triple shooting. One woman shot just sitting on her front porch. The family of that woman inviting me into their home to speak about their devastation.
I wear my heart on my sleeve right now.
Like, this is the third time I fell victim to gun violence. I feel like it's out of control. It makes me even more paranoid.
Another family member echoing the sentiment.
You know, that's all I can do is pray. You know what I mean? You know, maybe one day, you know, the city will get a little better with that.
For the pan workers, going out into the communities freshly impacted by gun violence is more than just a job.
This comes back again, stemming, learning the right stuff from home.
It's become a calling.
We talk to everybody.
Especially for these two Philly natives that want to see hope brought back in to the city they love.
If we listen to them, because a lot of them don't have nobody to listen to, and no real role models. The age that they're committing these crimes are younger, so they 12, 13, 14. They old heads is 20 years old. Still have no experience.
And they tell me even if all they do is touch or change the direction of one life, it's still a job well done.
Well, you know, we would very much like to be an example. I believe that we've reached a point where we're really effective. Well, that's a blueprint, not just for the city of Philadelphia, but for other jurisdictions as well.
Probably about 10 campuses.
If we can just save one, we're doing a job. But so fortunately, we've been blessed, we saved many, and we don't forget about them. Once we approach you, we come back and keep checking on you.
As bad as it seems, we're still talking about a small percentage of folks who are creating the problems. And this isn't rocket science. It really boils down to having the intestinal fortitude to talk to people who nobody wants to talk to.
Let's go! Let's go!
You may have seen this viral video circulating all over social media. It's a video that's captured the hearts of millions, depicting a young man who just couldn't contain his excitement after learning he was admitted to the prestigious historically black college, Morehouse, in Atlanta.
Baby, guys, he got into Morehouse, y'all, yeah!
When I got the email, I was like, okay, all right. I got the email. So my mom, she was like, a little nonchalant sometimes. She's like, open it. Like it was like it's just any letter. So I opened it, and it said, congratulations. We all know congratulations means. So that's always good. I just screamed out real loud in my car, let's go! And then that's when the running started.
Meet 17-year-old Amir Stanton from Germantown. The bright and talented teen says this is just one of his dreams turned reality.
It was more so like, after these 4 years, I got the security I need to continue for the next 4.
And let's make sure every class has the same opportunity going forward.
Now joining the long legacy of extraordinary black men to come out of Morehouse College, including civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
This nation will rise up.
Well, I knew I wanted to be at a HBCU because I've been at a predominantly white institution the past 5 years of my life. Morehouse is the only place you can go to see a whole bunch of black men with the same goals.
Goals he now sees within perfect reach. Despite challenges and distractions he's faced, he says his eye was always on the prize with his faith at the center of it all.
Faith's probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm where I am, because I think taking that time out, even just to pray, thank God for waking me up.
A senior at Germantown Friends School, an athlete, dedicated scholar, and community member.
Why do you think this program works?
It makes you want to strive to do better.
Amir has had his hands full this year, even starting his own handyman fixer business. The team knows how to stay busy. His mom, Carlin, a teacher within the Philadelphia School District, says her son is a bright talent.
And when Amir, he got into Morehouse, it was like the fact that he was so humble in that moment, I know I did a darn good job. But he's such a humble kid that he was that excited to get into Morehouse.
But what you see isn't even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to how this single mom raised her twins despite some not so favorable circumstances. Not to mention Philadelphia's gun violence crisis, the mom of two burying her own godson just over a year ago after he was gunned down blocks away from where we talked.
That destroyed me. Something in me changed. My anxiety went up. the need to get him out of here went up. Like everything went up.
Anxiety that has slightly lightened now that her son is going off to Atlanta for college.
And the fact that he's making it out of Philly, I love my city. I bleed green. Sixers, Phillies, I am the, listen, but these mean streets of Philly for a young black youth is not good.
But there was a wonder, how was she going to pay for her son to go to the HBCU?
At the summertime, I was working 4 jobs, only so I can just start saving more. Let this summer to be the summer that I stack as much as I can.
Doing what a mom does best, she was going to make it happen, but then a big blessing came raining down on her son. A full scholarship to Morehouse.
Oh my goodness, my son gets to live his dream and I don't have to kill myself making it happen.
An all expenses paid HBCU education.
And I eventually want to get to social work.
But it doesn't stop. Amir says he wants to do something with his studies that gives back to the community that raised him, majoring in sociology.
I also want to build like rec centers, probably something like that, some sort of nonprofit for like kids. A lot of the youth, they in trouble because they don't got positive influence. They got nowhere to go after school. As a young black teen, I want to be the adult that other young black teens would want to look up to.
From mom's perspective, she says she just wants her baby boy to soar to new heights with nothing holding him back.
You got this. You've overcome so much.
I designed it.
You know, our favorite quote that they've learned their whole life is, by Dr. Seuss, why fit in when you were born and stand out. And they definitely have been. And they've been doing it.
Let's go! Let's
Here, lean your head back. Okay.
Dr. O is all about giving back in tangible ways.
It's just trying to live a purpose-driven life, I think.
The first-generation American, now a successful dentist with practices across the 95 corridor, says he wanted to do something that was bigger than himself.
My parents came here with nothing, the typical I had $20 in my pocket kind of deal. They sacrificed and took a big leap so that I could have a better life. Now that I'm carrying the torch, it's really important to me that I leave behind a nice legacy.
A legacy now known as Angel Arches, making dream smiles of reality for those who never thought they'd be able to afford it. These lucky patients walk out of these doors without a single bill for thousands of dollars worth of cosmetic dental work.
The whole motivation behind it was to scoop up the people that are sort of desperate. They're out of the dental community. They're just ashamed of their status, of their mouth. And we offer a life-changing, dramatic 180 of their life in just one day.
And it's that life-changing work that now affords countless people a lifetime of confidence.
Now that you're doing great.
For Billy McCausland, the opportunity for a new smile means a fresh start after years of drug addiction. He's now 1 year sober and ready for a new chapter. And it all begins with a new set of white pearls.
Get up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I see my mouth. I see my past. I don't go nowhere. I don't do anything. Even with family. I can't even go to a family dinner. So to get this smile, all that goes away. All that burden.
A burden many people across the country carry.
Turns out in the United States, 1 in 10 Americans have no teeth. And so there's just such a big need there. And I think, just by understanding and hearing all the stories of these people that have these problems, like it's such a weight on their life that I just really enjoy picking up for them and just helping them out.
Dr. O says he understands the dentist office isn't necessarily everyone's favorite place, and as it stands, dental work scares people off with its notoriously hefty price tag.
So what we've done is, relative to other people that do this procedure or other companies that do this procedure, we've actually decided to take our profits and actually pass it along to our patients so that we can do more of these cases and help more people.
Dr. O says he makes the process as simple and painless as possible.
It's a big transformation. It's done so quickly and effectively and comfortably that we're really proud of it.
For this husband and father of 4, he says this new smile now changes the direction of his future. And as he says, the sky is the limit.
Now with this, I could turn around. I got lots of skills. So I could feel like the hunt for the job, that's the easy part. It really is. Because I feel that much better about myself.
A new chapter with a new smile. And it's all thanks to Angel Arches and the heart of one dentist who wanted to make a real difference. Welcome to Cheesy Vegan.
I'm trying to incorporate more green stuff.
The vegan-friendly restaurant has it all, from sweets to savory, from pizza to fresh juices. It's an extensive and impressive menu for the die-hard vegans, and even serves those who are curious. The Delco-based vegan spot is a local fave. But for owner Tariq Ryans, affectionately known as Chef Ricky, his story starts in South Philadelphia.
In 1998, I was arrested for aggravated assault.
At just 19 years old, Ryan found himself with a label as a convicted felon after living what he called a fast life, abruptly and effectively ending when he was arrested, leaving a 2-year-old daughter behind.
When you home and in the streets and you running around and you doing dirt and you that's all you really focus on. You're not really thinking about the consequences of your actions.
He would find himself spending 8 years of his life behind bars at SCI Somerset.
When they closed those doors and I saw that judge, I just thought I'm just never coming home again. I just got super sad, super stressed out. My anxiety was on an all-time high.
Hours away from home, left with little hope until he found a passion, an interest sparking in the culinary arts.
I got into the culinary program. I logged 4,600 some odd hours, almost 2 years in the program. It kind of got my mind off of the streets, off of my family. I found the passion.
And it's that passion that made Chef Ricky's love of cooking take off.
It's kind of hectic, on spaghetti and meat sauce night. So I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to make sure every line has enough to finish. One of the inmates was in line and he was like, yo, who made the meat sauce? He was like, Reek back there, Reek back there. And he was like, yeah, Reek made it. He was like, all right, give it to me. And that moment is when it really resonated with me and really stuck with me that, let me take this serious.
And Chef Ricky did just that, doing his time and leaving SCI Somerset straight to the restaurant school at Warner Hill College, then on to Temple University for his business degree. Life really took off for him, however, when former Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf pardoned him in 2021.
It felt like a 1,000-pound gorilla was taken off my back,
giving him a true fresh start.
People don't know how many doors get slammed on you when you check that box.
Soaring to new heights with a fresh start on the horizon as a business owner, professional chef, father, and nonprofit president, Chef Ricky says his work is far from over. He wants to give back to young people who look just like him.
To teach kids a trade that they could grow a passion for, like me, and I want to be at the helm of teaching them basic culinary arts.
His nonprofit he's launching later this year is all about making sure kids stay out of trouble by giving them the space and the tools needed to succeed at life.
For me, education just kept me grounded. Keep your head buried in the books. It's a struggle, but in the long run, it's the best benefit and it's the best learner, it's the best teacher.
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Tell Me Something Good. We're all about amplifying and uplifting the stories and voices of everyday people doing some pretty incredible things. So if you know of someone or a group of folks doing some of that in their community, we want to hear from you. I'm Fox 29's Shaynah Ferreira. Thank you for joining us.